Hey, what's going on, people? Knowledge here. You know, it's a lot of ignorant people in the world. And a prime example of that is this character by the name of Vijay Chokal Ingram. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. And this character pretended to be black in order to get into medical school. And his excuse for it was that affirmative action exists, and because of that, it would deny him from getting into medical school, basically implying that a lot of the Ivy League schools like Harvard, I believe that's a school he went to or a school he might have applied for, and a lot of the other schools are prone to accepting black people opposed to Indians or or whatever, or any other quote unquote minority, which we know minority is a very diverse word. And he basically shaved his head, went by the name, his middle name, JoJo, which he later said that he was ashamed of. And the reason why he was ashamed of it, if you guys haven't picked that up, is because JoJo is one of those stereotypical names out there that is associated with black people. The same as Tyrone and Keisha. So because he had that stereotypical ethnic middle name, he was ashamed of it. But he said, you know what? I'm going to use the name JoJo to try to get myself into medical school because that's a very ethnic name. So he did that, went to school, whatever, but it came out that the guy lied. And what pisses me off about the whole thing is that, first of all, he's a bigot. Let's put that out there. He's a bigot. He's an ignorant bastard. But also, the kicker to this is that he didn't even apply as an Indian American. So he doesn't know if, he would have turned in his application or, wrote his college acceptance letter or whatever he had to do to get into the school simply off his GPA. He basically just say, okay, well, I'm going to pretend like a black man because this is what I assume I have to do in order to get into the school. And, it's really a shame because he tries to blame affirmative action to the fact of why they wouldn't accept him, but little does he know, and this is why it's important to learn your history so you're not manipulated or you don't say dumb shit. Little does he know affirmative action benefits more white women than anybody. And where I'm at in California, there's no such thing as affirmative action. You can't even use that bill title anymore. And I believe affirmative action still exists in certain parts of the country, but in California, it's no existence anymore. So that's what he is not educated about. That doesn't really benefit us. It benefits more white people than anybody, because when we group ourselves up into minorities are women, white women, Asians, Hispanics, blacks, gays, handicapped people, and the list goes on and on. But see, when you have ignorant bastards like this Vijay guy, whatever his name is, coming out here and basically using that as a so-called reverse racist tactic, saying that, oh, I'm not going to be accepted into the school unless I'm a black man. You already know where this guy is coming from. He's an idiot, and he's a bigot, and he's an asshole. But it's just sad how people want to take the little bit of crumbs or the little somewhat advantages that we have as black Americans. They want to take those little bit of crumbs, but see, they don't want to live the day-to-day struggle as being a black person in America. They don't want to be black. They just want to be black when it's convenient. And in my personal opinion, I think this guy, he should potentially have his degree stripped away. He should have to pay, some money back to the school and use that money for a black American's education. He should face some type of legal charges for this, because when you go into an educational system and you basically use something or something that you assume that is beneficial for strictly black Americans, and then you use it to your benefit, whether you're incorrect or you're right, I find that to be a problem, and I feel like he should face legal charges for this. But you know, it just goes to show you the type of world we live in. We got some ignorant ass people out here. Now, your generation wasn't, you know, castrated, raped, you know, basically had to build America on their backs and do free labor. Your people didn't go through that. Those were black Americans. Your people weren't brought over here in boats and half of them died on the way over here. Or when you did build some type of economical power, you had people come in and try to destroy it. We've had towns, families, businesses, and the list goes on that were destroyed because of racism here in America. Your people haven't dealt with that here in America, but you want to use a little bit of crumbs that we have at our disposal to benefit yourself. So, you know, that's all I got to say about it. But this guy should definitely face some legal issues for this. Ignorant bastard.